Welcome, it's Abhigan Mishra, just another quantum computing enthusiast from Quiftix. In this video, we will be solving some more puzzles by the channel Quantum Intuition. He posted some more puzzles, and you can see he divided the puzzle into levels on his website. So let's start by solving the very first level. So in the very first level, the description says intuition about around amplitudes. Goal: turn the qubits off. Okay, so without wasting any other time, let's start with the very first puzzle. So this seems to be a simple one. All the qubits are in state 1, so we will just, you can say, flip the state. Yeah, that worked, and that worked. So this was in one state. We just flipped the state to make it 0 again. Let's move on to the second puzzle. So we have 50% now. The very first intuition, or the very first thing to try when we see a 50% is Hadamard gate. Yes, this did work, and it does not work for this. Okay, so first we see this 14.6, and we already know as we saw in one of the previous videos that this 14.6 can be easily achieved by 8 turns gate. So I'll try. Okay, that we moved 50%, which means this should work. Yeah, this did work. Now we have a 50%. This 50% if Hadamard gate doesn't work, the next thing to try is these quarter gates. So I'll try x1 by 2 gate, and yes, it turned it on. So I can do this and this, or I can simply do x minus 1 by 2. Yes, so this was the second challenge. Now the third C part. So we again say 50%. The first thing to try is Hadamard gate. Yes, it worked here, and yeah, it also worked here. So these were already in 0 state, so it does move into superposition. The Hadamard gate must be this you can say hidden circuit. Now we have 14.6, so 14.6 can be easily achieved, you can say, by 8 turns gate. So I'll try x. Okay, so do to 25%, which means it's along the y-axis, and this should work. Yeah, so y minus 1 by 4 worked. So we turned all the qubits off. So the third challenge is done. Let's move to the fourth challenge. Okay, so it's a rotation gate again. This mystery rotation, it is one of these spinning gates, you can say. So in these type of circuits, the basic thing we try to do is we try to change the, you can say, the axis on which the rotation is occurring. So let me try first Hadamard gate. Hadamard gate didn't work here. It did work here. So it was along, you can say, z-axis. When I Hadamarded it, it moved to, you can say, y. So the rotation will not affect the state of this qubit. So now I can put a Hadamard here, and it should work. Yes. Now these two gates, let me try Hadamard here first. No, did not work. So next thing you can say to try is x1 by 2, because maybe it is along, you can say, x-axis. So an x1 by 2 will change the angle of this qubit with you can say omega to 0 degrees. So it will be you can say parallel to x-axis. Let me draw that for you. If this was our, you can say, block sphere, this you can say, yeah, this was our x, this was our y, and this was our z. Then the rotation seems to be around x-axis, so it is rotating this way. Let me say this is omega. If I move the omega to this direction, it will move it to this, then the angle between them is 0 degrees, so the rotation will not be affecting the state of the qubit. And then just if I apply another, if I apply another x gate here, yeah, or just x1 minus 1 by 2, yeah, so it moved back to the 0 state, so the qubit is off. And then I think the same rule should be applied. It should be applied. Yes, it does apply here. So this and this. Yeah, so yeah, we just change the axis of rotation, and therefore to an axis such that it does not affect the state of the qubit, and just turns the qubit off. Now moving on to the last challenge. Okay, I just moved it. Okay, no issues. So it's again in rotation one. The very first thing to try is Hadamard. So yes, Hadamard works in this with this. Yeah, it works with this. So in Hadamard here, which means this should do the job. Yeah, this starts the job. Then we see all these rotations, and the next thing is try to do x1 minus 1 by 2. Yes, this it works. So x minus 1 by 2 should do the job. Yes, it did the job. And now the next thing to try is x1 by 2 again. Okay, this worked for this one. So yeah, I'll just apply. Wait a second, I'll just apply this one, and yeah, it worked. Okay, so you see this value. Okay, so nothing. I think I saw something. It stays in off state for quite a long amount of time. This could indicate that superposition is involved, I guess. Yes, superposition is involved. So I guess x1 by 2. Okay, so it's not along the x-axis, it's along, you can say, it's touching the y-axis. So I think y should do the job. Yes. So here we go. We just completed the first level. which goals was to turn the qubits off. Moving on, now we reach level 2, which is intuitions around phases. Goal, flip the phases back. So I saw the videos describing what the actual goal in this you can say of this challenge, and the basic goal is we already know that this is nothing but you can say amplitude representation. This 0 1 remains fixed. Our job is to move the phase of this one to this fixed state, you can say to the 0 state. So we need to change, or you can say we need to make this sphere, you need to change the phase such that this points here. So, and the only gates we have for this as Z gate, that makes sense because we are just handling phases and dealing with interference. So the first when we see I think that's Z gate, yeah, that should do the, yeah, that's a Z gate because just 180-degree rotation along the Z axis will do the job. And okay, I think it's just S gate because S minus 1 because the rotation is along this direction, so S minus 1 will do the job, and I guess T minus 1 should do the job here. This is nothing because the rotation, we rotated the, you can say, qubit along Z axis by 180-degree, heavy rotated by 90-degree, heavy rotated by 45-degree to get the required state. Now moving on to the next puzzle. Okay, it's a rotation puzzle, but here our job is to deal with interference. So first of all, I don't think all these gates will do the job because it's it's a Z gate which changes along the time t. So I guess this should be any this or two. So the first thing would be try, because I think it is you can move moving in this direction, that is you can say clockwise. So then anti-clockwise should, yeah, anti-clockwise did work here. So okay, this is again moving this direction. What to apply that one, but over here again. Okay, it slows it down, which means it slows it down. Yeah, it slows it down. The next and yeah, we also have formulaic gates. So what is formulaic gate is, we can now explicitly define how the value a value, you can say, changes with along t, or you can basically define the function t. So let me try this, because we saw that when we apply z minus t, the speed of the rotation decreased, which means that you can say the rotation is faster in the clockwise direction. So what if I apply twice of t, where is multiply twice of t, sorry, yeah, sorry, because we have to apply in the opposite direction, so it will be minus, I guess, yeah, minus, yes. So and here we see that the rotation seems to be slow. Yeah, it's slow, comparatively very slow, because this was fast, second, and this was like normal t. I just have to, first of all, let me try t. What does it affect in? It makes it faster, which means it's going slower. So let in the opposite direction basically. So yeah, I should have tried this. What if I apply RZ gate, pi t square? I don't think that will work. What if I apply pi for rotations along, you can say, if I say about 2 second by 2, of course this will be in minus, because we are moving in the opposite direction, and make it change along, you can say, time t. Yeah, it did work. So what I did here is, I basically you can say, if I remove this, what I see is that first of all, the speed is very low. So the speed seems to be similar. The speed seems to be similar with this. This seems to be in a similar speed. And the second thing was that the phase is the value by which the phase changes. You can see the value which comes up here. The phase changes seems to, you can say, work out with pi by 2. Which are these 8 turns gate, yeah, which are these 8 turns gate. So yeah, I think that's why this worked out. So now moving on, we just completed level 2. Now moving on to level 3, intuition around interference. Goal, interfere the qubits off. So as Daniel already stated in his video about telling what this level 3 is about, it's basically combination of this level 1 and level 2. So now we will be dealing with both interference and amplitudes. So let's start. Okay, so now we already have an amplitude meter here. So this is probability meter. So it's Hadamard, we are not allowed to touch these. So this Hadamard, the first thing to try is Hadamard again. Okay, Hadamard didn't do anything. So next thing we try x1 by 2. Yeah, it just turned the qubit off. And then we have a 50% again. So next thing to try, you can say, is wait, what I can play with these two. So wait a second, I think this should be more appropriate solution, this and then yes, yeah. So what I did here is I did nothing. You can basically say that this is also correct solution, but because second we have to move the this phase also to this direction, so that's why I'm trying to use S gate, and then I'm using, you can say, an Hadamard to get the job done, right? To get the job done. And if this seems to be pi by 4 rotation, yeah, that's the job. And then we apply an Hadamard again. I think this should work. Yeah, this does work, because we are also dealing with this interference, so that's why I didn't go for directly for x1 by 2. Otherwise x1 by 2 was also an appropriate solution, you can say. Now moving on, let's try the second puzzle. Okay, that's interesting one. We have a value 3.8, and okay, so we also have access to all the gates of all the formulaic gates. So 3.8, the lowest value we have seen so far is x1 minus 1 by 4, that's 14.6. That's even lower than that, and I think 14.6 divided by 2 is 3.8, I guess. Yeah, 14.6. Yeah. Oh, wait a second, what's the value we got here? 14.6, that would be 1.3, and that would be 1 by 2. I think x1 by 8 should work here. This is nothing. What I did, nothing. I just took a formulaic x gate, and now I'm going to change the value of t. I'll make it, you can say, 1 by 8. No, that doesn't seem to get the job done. Okay, what if I do the same thing, you can say, x1 by 2, but along y-axis? Yeah, that does the job. So I just turn the qubit off. Okay, so now let's moving on further with the next challenge, 3C. Okay, so we again have another okay, this 14.6, I think this can be achieved by this. Yeah, so I think this should work. I just apply an opposite direction, this should work. Yeah, so I think that will work. Yeah, the background noise is from the thunderstorm, the weather is not quite good here. So moving on, let's move to the next challenge. So okay, so this seems to be a starter one. So we see a 14.6. The first thing to be to try x minus 1 by 2. This doesn't work. X1 by 2. I think it's y along the y-axis. Yeah, this did work. And then we see another 14.6. Let's try y again. Didn't work. So yeah, so x1 by 4 will do the job. Yeah, it does the job. The next thing, we have the 3.8. We already saw that how we can deal with the 3.8. So let me try this first along y gate, you can say, and I'll change the value to be 1 by 8. Yeah, so it turned it off. Now come to the bottom one. So first of all, let me try for 25. 25 is a peculiar value. I've never seen this value before. So let me just solve it using this. So we have a this is along the we basically have a 45 degree along this direction. So I think a t minus 1 could do the job. Okay, so t moves in this direction. Yeah, so t moves it along this direction, so the phase is correct. Now let me try solving using x1 by 2, and then let me try with x minus 1 by 2. Okay, let me do this, and then what if I do Hadamard again? We move to 6.7. What if I use x1 by 2 again? 75%. Okay, this it's quite peculiar one. Let me just try using this. What I'm doing here is I'm seeing that for different value of x, what kind of maximum value I can get using this. So okay, this seems to get the job done. What if I change this phase to be t minus 1? Yeah, so yeah, I think yeah, that does the job, because what you see here, there is some value of x which which I have to find, which I'll have to, or you can say intuitively find, which can get me which can get me this qubit to state 0 or 1. So yeah, I mean there's a solution which exists. That's my intuition. That's what I used when nothing seems to work out. I just apply a spinning gate, and I just tried to see what type of gate, what along what axis I should apply the next gate, and is there any you can say error in the previous gates. So that's my intuition, that's my method. So let me try x first, and okay, so wait a second, okay, let me just change it first. It's 7. We need, I think we need another 7.7. Yeah, so I guess 1.8 will not do the job. 1/6, I guess. Yeah, 1/6 does the job. So I can apply another poly x gate and this should work. Yeah, this was a quite difficult one. I feel lucky I have found the solution, but you can do the same. The basic thing is to play with these spinning gates. They, according to me, they seem to be the strongest or the most powerful gate. They give you intuition whether you are going in the correct path, or if there exists a solution by the path you are taking or not. That's what my take on this. I think I just solved 3E, right? Yeah, I just solved the last puzzle of this level 3. So Daniel said that these ones will be coming soon. So moving on, now we move to the last level, broken algorithms. So what this level is all about, the puzzle will contain you can say incomplete implementation of a quantum algorithm. So we have quantum teleportation, Grover's algorithm. I will not be covering Grover's algorithm because he has already made a video on this, and frankly, to be frank with you, I saw that video, and it basically challenged my intuition about Grover's algorithm. So I'll have to go through Grover's algorithm again, and maybe in future I'll come back to this puzzle. So in this video I will be only tackling quantum algorithm. So the description says this version of quantum algorithm seems to be broken, and I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. Is it Alice? Is it Bob? Or did somehow the classical communication channel not working? Okay, so let's find out. Okay, the first thing to notice is now all the gates of original quark are available to us, so that's nice. And okay, so this seems to be a circuit of the quantum you can say teleportation. This seems to be the message. Okay, of course there are some errors because this should be stable at 50% as far as I remember. And okay, the messages are different. Let me just apply here. It should be reaching 1 on the second, you can say periodic second wave, and it's not reaching 1. Okay, this seems to be an error. This should be 50%, and this is not accepting, you can say, correct value. These are not the same values, as you can see. It's quite you can say evident. So let me just run through the algorithm and show various stages. The first step of quantum teleportation is nothing but to make a Bell pair, and this seems to be same. This is just an entanglement. This seems to be correct. And let me say that if this was Bob and this was Alice, then the given entangled pair, 1 went to Bob and 1 went to Alice. No issues here. This seems to be, you can say, the message. Let me call it omega. This seems to be the message which Alice is trying to send Bob, and yeah, this is the message. This is, I'm just applying here, and this. Okay, so this is the measurement. This is the measurement, and this measurement is then sent to Bob. And the entangled bit is, of course, this is entangled, and according to these omega is transferred here. So what seems to be the issue? And this is right. This is you can say a Bell pair, and this is omega. And yeah, this definition is important because we are changing the entangled bit along, you can say, in relation to this omega, because we are trying to send omega to Bob here. Okay, but okay, I think he should be in Hadamard here. And that the reason here is because, as you see that, if you let me say this this omega, let me just try to type it. Yeah, here. Let me just type it here. If this alpha was, you can say this omega was nothing but alpha 0 plus beta 1. So what we're trying in this teleportation is to send this value here. Yeah, we know that that's what the main objective of quantum teleportation is. So what the issue is that while you can say this 0 and this remains to be 0, you can say this remains to be 0, then if you can say if there was no Hadamard gate here, the measurement will be along, I guess, z axis. Yeah, it will be along z axis, which means the bases will be 0 and 1. If we measure this bit along 0 and 1, we will get an you can say this measurement will give us wrong value, either either 1 or either 0 or 1, which will be transferred which will then be transferred to Bob, which is wrong, because what we're trying to transfer is, you can say, this value. So to do that, I think if we apply an Hadamard here, if we apply a Hadamard gate here, here, then what we're doing is we are measuring along, you can say, plus and minus bases, which we already know, and nothing but superposition. So this is nothing but 1 by under root 2, 0 plus 1, and so on, 1 to minus 1, minus 8. So we need to measure along these bases. So I think an Hadamard gate here should do the job. I think the rest it's fine, because if when the Hadamard gate will be applied here, then this could either have a value, you can say this or you can have this value, or you can have either minus value, which seems to be what we are trying to do, which we're trying to be achieved through this you can say algorithm. So I think, yeah, let me just apply and Hadamard gate here. Yes, I think, yeah, that solved the issue. The quantum algorithm teleportation is working, I guess. Yeah, it's working. It should be one when on this in the second rotation, and yeah, and it's the same pattern should be applied here. Yes, so yeah, now I think the teleportation algorithm is working properly. We fixed it. It was this Hadamard gate which was missing, and I think that's it for this video. I hope you like my intuition. You are free to have your own intuition, of course, and my intuition might not be the best way to solve these circuits. They are much more you can say intuitive and better and clear and more, you can say, theoretical ways of solving these circuits, but that's what it is. The whole concept of these challenges and is nothing but to build your own intuition. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you.